The trout populations in eastern Idaho have been influenced by the recent drought. Among other issues caused by the drought, the fisheries in southeastern and eastern Idaho have noticed decreased trout and bass numbers in the Snake River and American Falls Reservoir. Patrick Kennedy, the southeastern Idaho fisheries manager at Idaho Fish and Game, says drought is not as simple as how much snow we get.
And so it looked like we came out of last winter with a lot of available water. But then through the spring and the summer, it was generally very dry. We didn't receive a lot of moisture. It was very hot, and that increased irrigation demand.
With these lower water levels, Kennedy says the trout in the reservoirs and rivers are strained.
Yeah, in general, drought conditions just provide less water, so limit the available habitat. And then also water temperatures can be higher, and so that can be stressful for fish during certain periods of the year.
Fish and Game is working to improve these conditions, but Kennedy says the reservoirs exist mainly to support irrigation and farming.
Fish habitat was not really a goal to create American Falls Reservoir, and we kind of created a fishery out of this reservoir that was made for irrigation.
The fishing came as a happy side effect, one that Idaho Fish and Game maintains.
Last week we stocked about 42,000 catchable sized, so that's 8 to 12 inches, catchable sized rainbow trout we stocked into the reservoir. We also stocked a couple 100,000 fingerling size, so those are 4, maybe 3 to 4 inches, smaller fish.
With the dry spring and summer, the reservoir is at 3% of capacity. With the summer season ending, less water will be leaving the reservoir, and the levels will likely rise some. The lower levels in the rivers and reservoirs will mean that fish are actually more susceptible to anglers. And because Fish and Game wants to keep track of the newly stocked fish, they have tagged the trout.
Tag, you're it. This is kind of a way to say to the general public and to anglers that, here, you're it. You collect some data.
Anglers who find these tagged fish can go to idfg.idaho.gov or call the regional office to report the fish and information like where they found it and its size. This information from anglers helps Idaho Fish and Game know if their efforts are working. By comparing the location of a trout when it was caught to the release location, Fish and Game can track how far the fish are traveling. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Kimber Pierce.